Thanks for coming in. Take your time, get yourself. There's no agenda here. You just go where you need to go.
I almost didn't come. I kept telling myself that it isn't that serious and that I'm overreacting.
What made you come anyway?
I couldn't stop crying on the way to work this morning, and that scared me. I don't usually fall apart that way.
What do you think was underneath it?
My husband, things have been off between us for a few weeks now, and I cannot figure out what I did. He won't tell me. He just looks at me differently. Like he's watching me. Like he's waiting for me to confirm something he already believes.
Waiting to confirm something. What do you think he believes?
I don't know. That is the part that makes me lose my mind. I've gone back through everything, every conversation, every night out, every small moment between us, and I cannot find it. Whatever he thinks I did, I cannot find it.
How long have the two of you been together?
3 years married. Before that, we were inseparable. He used to say I was the only person who ever truly saw him. Not just what he had accomplished, but him. The actual man underneath all of it.
What did that look like? Being the person who truly saw him.
He came from a hard place, fought for everything he had. A lot of people respected him from a distance. Like, they admired the achievements, but kept that man at an arm's length. I loved the man. And for a long time, I think that meant the world to him.
And now?
Now I feel like a suspect. Like he's building a case against me.
A suspect. Not someone he has grown distant from. Not a stranger. A suspect. That is a very specific feeling. What is he accusing you of?
He hasn't said it out loud. That's almost worse. He asks questions that aren't really questions. He mentions Cassio, a colleague of his, in this tone. Like just saying the name is supposed to land like evidence.
Is there anything with Cassio that Othello could have misread?
Nothing. Cassio is a friend. I vouched for him once when Othello was angry with him because I thought I was doing the right thing. I was trying to help. Now I think that is where this started, and I had no idea it would read this way.
So an act of kindness became evidence of something else in his mind.
Yes, and by the time I realized how he was reading it, it was already too late to explain.
Has anyone else been involved in this? Someone close to him who might have helped him arrive to this interpretation?
Iago, his closest advisor. He's been around constantly lately. And every time Othello and I have a rough patch, Iago seems to be the last person Othello spoke to before it got worse.
Tell me your read on Iago.
Everyone loves him. He has this quality where people feel safe around him. Like he's the most honest person in the room. But I've never trusted it. There's something calculated about his moves. He's always in the right place at the right time to say the right things to the right person.
And how does he treat you directly?
Politely. Almost too politely. Like he's performing something. But when Othello is around, there's something underneath it that I cannot name.
Trust that feeling. Most people who operate the way you are describing do not get named this early. Your instincts are working correctly. I want you to start paying attention to the sequence of events. When Othello's mood shifts, who was just with him? What changed in the 10 minutes before he walked into the room differently?
You think someone is doing this deliberately?
I think your instincts have been flagging something for a while, and you have been talking yourself out of listening to them. What happened the last time you tried to talk to him directly about how you've been feeling?
He shut down or he flipped it. Turned it into something I was doing wrong. I came into the conversation wanting to talk about feeling disconnected from him, And I left it apologizing for things I didn't even fully understand.
Walk me through that moment. You came in wanting to talk about feeling disconnected. What happened next?
I told him I felt like he was pulling away, that I missed him, that I just wanted to understand what was happening between us. And he looked at me like I was doing something suspicious, said something about how I was watching him, always questioning him, like I was the jealous one.
So the conversation that began with your concern about his behavior ended with you defending your own.
Yes, and I left the room wondering if he was right, if maybe I was the problem.
I want to name something clearly. Entering the conversation with a genuine concern and leaving it feeling worse about yourself is not an accident. That pattern where your feelings become the problem instead of the subject of the conversation, that is a way of maintaining control. And it is not your fault that it's working on you. It works on most people.
Then what do I do?
Right now, you stop trying to prove yourself to someone who has been set up not to hear you. That is not giving up. That is recognizing that the problem is not a lack of evidence on your part. What you need right now is to stay grounded in your own truth. You know what you have and have not done. Hold that. I want to see you again next week.
Thank you. I will.
Thanks for coming in. I know this wasn't your idea. Yeah, my wife suggested it. I'm here because I respect her enough to show up. That is enough. What is going on at home? I think my wife has been unfaithful to me. What makes you believe that? A man knows. You are a precise man. You did not get where you are by operating on feeling alone. So walk me through it. What specifically have you seen or heard that brought you to this conclusion? Cassio, she vouches for him constantly, defends him, intercedes on his behalf, and when I asked her about it directly, she explained too much, too fast. Innocent people do not explain it hard. Or they do, because they can see they are not being believed, and it panics them. Have you considered that possibly? I have considered everything. What else are you working with beyond Cassio? A handkerchief, one I gave her early in our relationship. It meant something to me. It ended up in Cassio's possession. How do you know that? I was told. By who? Iago. He's been with me for years. He has no reason to lie to me. Everyone has a reason for something. What does Iago get from this situation? Nothing. He came to me because he was troubled by what he saw. He did not want to tell me. I had to push it out of him. He had to be pushed to share something that, if true, would destroy you. And you read that reluctance as honesty. Yes. I want you to sit with something. Reluctance is one of the oldest tools in manipulation. If I want you to believe something devastating, I do not hand it to you. I make you pull it from me. That way you feel like you discovered it yourself. You feel like you earned it. It becomes yours. Does that land at all? You are saying Iago constructed this. I am saying the structure of how you receive this information is worth examining very carefully. But I want you to go deeper than Iago for a moment. You said Desdemona is the only person who ever truly saw you. What did you mean by that? Exactly what I said. Help me understand it. You are accomplished, respected. People around you have always acknowledged what you have built. So what was different about the way she saw you? They respected what I had done. She respected who I was. There's a difference. And did you believe you deserved it, the way she saw you? I believe I had earned it. That is not the same thing as believing you deserved it. Earning something means you can lose it. Deserving something means it belongs to you. Which one felt true? I always knew I was not what she was used to, not what her world expected for her. I knew that from the beginning. And Iago knew it too. The people who manipulate most effectively are not the ones who plant new fears. They are the ones who find the fear that is already there and feed it. You were already carrying the belief that this was too good to be true. That a man like you in a world like hers did not fully belong in the life you had built. Iago did not create that womb. He just knew exactly where it was.
She chose me. She had eyes, and she chose me.
Yes, and somewhere underneath everything that has happened, you have been waiting for proof that she was wrong too. That is what Iago gave you, not evidence of her guilt, confirmation of your fear.
I said things to her. I did things I cannot take back. I humiliated her in front of people. I called her things no man should call his wife.
I need you to hear this clearly. Whatever Iago put in your head, you made choices. You chose to believe one man over the woman who has loved you completely. You chose humiliation over honest conversation. Being manipulated does not erase the choices you made inside that manipulation. Do you understand me?
I need to fix this.
The first step is being honest with her. All of it. What you believe, what you did, and what you now understand about yourself. But I want that conversation to happen here with me present, not alone. Can you agree to that?
Yes. I am not what I am.
Thank you both for being here. I know what it took to walk through that door together. Everything said in this room stays in this room. The only goal today is honesty, nothing else. Desdemona, let's start with you. How have you been this week?
Surviving. That's the most honest thing I can say. Surviving.
Othello?
I have not slept. I keep hearing things I said to her, and I do not recognize the person who said them.
I am going to hold both of those things at the same time. Desdemona surviving and Othello not recognizing himself. Those two realities are connected, and we're going to look at how today. Othello, last session you arrived at something in this office. I want you to say it to her, not to me, to her.
I was lied to. Someone I trusted built a story about you piece by piece, and I let him. I gave him access to my worst fears about myself, and he used it. And you. I am sorry. I know that word is not enough.
You let him. That's the part that keeps coming back up. You let him. I was right there in front of you every day, and you chose his version over me for weeks.
I know.
Do you? Because it wasn't just one conversation. It was weeks of you looking at me like I was something you made a mistake on. Weeks of trying to reach you and feeling like I was screaming underwater. Do you know what that does to a person?
Desdemona, keep going. You do not have to manage this.
I started to believe it. This is what I need you to understand. After long enough, I started looking at myself the way that you were looking at me. I started wondering if maybe there was something wrong with me that I couldn't see. Do you know how terrible it is to lose trust in your own mind?
Desdemona, I am so sorry.
Sorry is a word. What I need to understand is how. How did you get there? How did you go from the man that said I was the only person who ever truly saw him to the man who humiliated me in front of people I know?
Because I was afraid. Underneath all of it, I was afraid that you were too good for this. That I had spent my whole life being good at the wrong things, good at war, good at surviving, not good enough at being someone you deserved. And the person who found that fear knew exactly what to do with it.
What Othello just named is important, not as an excuse, as the mechanism. He is not saying his fear justified what he did. He is saying fear is where this entered him. Desdemona, what do you do with that?
I always knew that fear was there. I saw it from the beginning. I tried to love you past it. I tried to show up so clear and so consistently that it was never going to have room to grow. And somehow, that still wasn't enough.
It was not about you not being enough. It was about me not believing I deserved what you were giving me. No matter how clearly you showed up, there was a voice telling me it was only a matter of time. And eventually that voice had a face and a name, and it sat next to me every day.
What he did, he is saying fear is where this entered him. Desdemona, what do you do with that? Iago did not create that wound. He found one that already existed and he understood it better than Othello did. That distinction matters because it means this does not begin and end with Iago. Othello, the work that you have to do is not just about what has been done to you. It is about why you were open to it. That is a longer conversation, but this is where it starts.
I want to believe we can come back from this. I do. But I need to know that you actually see me. Not the version someone else showed you. Me.
I see you. I have always seen you. I just let someone convince me my own eyes were lying.
I never did offend you in my life.
I know. I know.
This is where the work begins, not where it ends. What happened in this relationship is serious. The harm is real. The breach of trust is real. And rebuilding, if you both choose to rebuild, is going to require consistency over time that cannot be faked and cannot be rushed. You cannot fix this in one conversation, but you needed to be in the same room with the truth between you. Now it is here. What you do with it is yours.
I need time.
Whatever you need, whatever it takes. Othello, giving her time means sitting with not knowing. It means not filling that space trying to fix it. Can you do that? Before you both go, I want to say one thing. What happened here was not just about the two of you. There is a person who looked at what you built together and decided it was something to take apart. That says everything about him and nothing about what the two of you built. What you built was real. The question now is whether it's strong enough to survive being tested this hard. I believe it is, but that belief has to become yours. Same time next week, both of you.